Woke military policies to blame for recruitment crisis, service members say. The Pentagon's vaccine mandate, growing politicization, and embracing of progressive policies have weakened military readiness and the military's appeal among the general population. So the U.S. Army is expected to fall nearly 40,000 troops short of its recruiting goals in the next 2 years. Fiscal 2022 is expected to miss the mark by 10,000 troops, while that number could reach 28,000 in fiscal year 2023. So these figures mean that the year is on track to be the Army's worst for recruiting in almost 50 years. Major Charles Spears of the Combined Arms Center replied to various inquiries about the state of recruiting. He said only 23% of American youth are qualified to serve without a waiver, noting that obesity, addiction, medical, and behavioral health are at the top of the disqualifiers for service. That is crazy. I didn't know that at all. I thought it was more just people being woke, not those types of things. But only 23% of American youth can qualify without a waiver. He went on to say social media's virtual public square shapes the values and perceptions of American youth, which is increasingly unfamiliar with the benefits of Army service. It's also anti-patriotic, and we'll go on that this article will show basically how social media has destroyed patriotism as well. Oftentimes, influencers like parents, teachers, and coaches do not recommend military service. Also, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, there has been a 9% decrease in armed services vocational aptitude battery scores, as well as increased applicant obesity. On the condition of anonymity, a soldier had said in the past the Army targeted a specific demographic of people based on their values. And these recruits were patriots and loved America, he said. In today's general population, he doesn't see the same interest in patriotism. Much of the country doesn't love America like it used to, he said. And with the military no longer upholding the values, the oaths, or the creeds it once did, what kind of new recruits should we expect to join the Army? We now have a Department of Defense that has taken various political positions that are very much opposed to the heart of America. You can see these generals, how they've gone left. So instead of being generals that are worried about the Army, worried about protecting the United States, they're more worried about having a political position. So we have these political generals instead of generals that are doing their job. All the while, the size of battalions is shrinking. Some are less than 2/3 of where they need to be. And many of those who remain aren't usable deployables. Much of America is missing the fact that the Army is intentionally kicking people out in a precarious way that it knows is unnecessary, because the data show that it is unnecessary, he said. He's under the impression that our military is intentionally being weakened. I hope that's not the case, that it's being intentionally weakened, but I do believe that the left is definitely trying to weaken America all across the board in just about everything, so why not the military? And then when you couple that with only 23% of American youth are qualified to even join the Army without a waiver, and then social media that is essentially controlling elections, they're controlling the way people think, they are suppressing other views, shadow banning, all these things that they're doing, in working with our own federal government to suppress information. It's really no surprise that the military is having a problem. But the problem with that is we have a weak military. We could see some serious problems in the future. Let me know what you think. If you are in military service, do you see these kinds of things? Leave those comments in the comment section. I'd be interested to hear what's going on from someone who's in the military, from their perspective and what they think. If it's your first time here, be sure to subscribe. Also, make sure you click that like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.